It's like staring into the sun.
I know. We upped our lighting game today. We're bouncing off a bed sheet.
Are we centered in frame?
I have no idea, honestly.
I can't
I
see.
think we are. We can't see around my side handle.
I hope it's
I
fine.
think we are. Okay, so I saw a video yesterday, I think, of some like red carpet event.
Dude.
I can find the video so easily. So let me figure out and show it to you. What on earth is the point of having like 100 red carpet photographers? Because they're all shooting the exact same photo, and it's all like, what's the point of your flash?
I will say, I think like the photo. How do you say that? The photography job that takes the least skill is being a red carpet photographer.
Oh, here it is. Like, what in the world
Everyone's
is that
getting
point?
the same shot. You literally don't have to control any settings. You
Also,
just set it to your flash.
Why are people have a 70-200 on and then firing with a flash?
No, you can.
Yeah, I know, but bro, you're at a red carpet. You don't need a 70-200.
No, valid. Well, sometimes when they're far away, you do. So I've shot a red carpet Jingle Ball 2022 or 2023. And when I tell you, like, it was genuinely... So I had the option to, like, do red carpet or concert. And I do concert photography, so usually I do concerts. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I've never done red carpet. I was like, I'll do red carpet for this one. Holy cow, that sucked, bro.
Worst mistake
I
of your
could hear
life.
the performances going on in the big venue, and the people would come out to the red carpet, and I was like, this is the worst job I've ever had.
And you were there all night?
Yeah, all night. Because
Oh my
they would
gosh.
come onto the red carpet before they performed.
Who was the nicest person that you met at the red carpet?
Not even close, Black Eyed Peas.
Really?
Like, literally the only people, like, literally every single member of the band came up to me, like, to each photographer, because there's, like, 3 of us, which was, like, a small red carpet.
That's super small.
And, like...
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If there's only 3, but why do we have, like, 50? Like, I know it's a
Yeah.
big, like, film festival going on right now, like Cannes Film Festival, but my guy, like, you don't need 20 photographers shooting the same person.
Dude.
It's just stupid.
I mean, I would say, like, for concert photography, like, there is a lot of good chance... There's a good reason to have a lot of people in the pit, because... I mean, it's so fast, and people are getting
so many different
shots.
styles.
I mean,
like, that's the main thing with concert photography is the different styles. With
Again,
red carpet,
red carpet, yeah, not even. I will say, like, people will probably get mad when I say, like, it requires no skill. Like, the hardest part about a red carpet is getting an artist to, like, look at you, interact with you. So you do have to be, like, very assertive in that.
Yeah.
And, like, you can't be... But I would say that's, like, all photography in general. Like,
Right.
you have to be assertive.
who was the meanest person that was on the red carpet?
Honestly, no one was really mean. I would say the funniest, though, Louis Capaldi.
I can imagine. Because he
Literally-
just doesn't think he should be there.
Yeah, he was just, like, twerking, like, just
What?
goofing off. He literally, like, so they had, like a whiteboard where they would, like, come out before and be like, all right, this is, make sure you could take a picture of it to make sure you spelled everything right.
Yeah.
And so, like, he, like, took it from them. I think I have pictures, and he was, like, writing, like, stupid, funny stuff on it. And
That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, because his whole shtick is, like, he shouldn't be famous.
Yeah.
That's what he thinks. But, okay. Anyways. The other thing that I would, like, actually driving me crazy recently is the amount of, like, beginner photographers. Why, as a beginner photographer, are you buying an FX3 as your first camera?
well, and the big thing you just said is, like, beginner photographer.
Oh, no. Videographer.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
beginner videographers in general. But even, yeah.
I mean, hey, if you can afford it, go for it. But, like,
No, that literally defeats the entire purpose of learning.
no, I disagree. Like, yes, I get what you're saying, but, like,
You're gonna be absolutely destroyed. That's why. Did I tell you about the kid who called me the other day? So he basically uses me as his Google, because I was trying to be nice and help him through, like, learning and stuff, and now he just uses me as his Google. He won't look up anything. Doesn't, like, watch YouTube videos
dude,
or anything.
ChatGPT does exist.
I know. I'm like, bro, I'm not your ChatGPT bot. And then he tries to tell me stuff that he thinks he knows that's completely wrong. My guy thought that 15mm rods were so you could set your camera down and it wouldn't tip over. And I was like, no, that's so you can put a follow focus on it. He said, what's a follow focus? And I was like, bro, you're in too deep. You're in too deep. And he bought the Rode Wireless Pros, and he was like, dude, can you tell me what kit to get? Like I don't know what wireless pro kit to get. And I'm like, my guy, look at the pictures. Get what you need that's in the pictures. Like, it's really not that hard. I don't need to go find you an Amazon link every single time that you want to buy a piece of equipment for the rest of your life. And then he was like, oh, yeah.
At least you got the pros.
He did. Well, yeah,
Not
I
the
told him.
go-tos, bro.
Well,
Do not
you
get
know
the
why?
go-tos.
You know why he gets the bros? It's because his daddy's money, and he asked me for links. So
Yeah.
whatever I send him, he's going to get.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't do any research. So therefore, and then he was like, He was like, dude, I want to get an FX3 so I can actually color grade better.
Oh my god.
That made me so mad. And so I was like, he has an R6 Mark II, which is a fantastic camera.
Why in the world would you want to switch right now?
Yeah, I know. And then he goes, granted, FX3 is an upgrade from an R6
yes,
Mark
but
II.
like, if you're a beginner,
He just got it like months ago.
Yeah, if you're not like, that's like,
Yeah, and then I literally was like, oh, well, what's your color grading process? He pulls up his color grading process and like shows me it on FaceTime. And he was like, yeah, I automatically put a -2 exposure on my color grade every single time. Like I stop it down 2 times every single time because I just always overexpose. And he was like, what do I do? And I literally said, stop overexposing. So bro's literally adding ISO to his images for no reason.
Yeah.
And it was driving me actually insane.
That's wild.
Like, I don't know if his LED brightness is up all the way like his LCD screen.
Yeah.
But how do you...
No, I mean... That is tough.
The one thing that I always see with photographers and videographers, you especially, is if you find a way to do something, even if it's the worst way possible, you'll stick to it.
Yeah, I mean, don't fix it if it ain't broke. That's what they say.
No, but it is broke. It's always broke. Because there's so much film techniques and everything that, like, is cracked. Like, if you know how to do it, like, that was my thing about the people, dude. It made me so mad when people were talking about not shooting in log. I'm like, you paid for a camera.
That is insane. If you would choose to shoot in any other color profile except log, when you have the opportunity to do log, why did you pay for an expensive camera?
Yeah, because you could literally at that point buy a Canon R for like $1,000.
Literally, why not? Why not at that point?
Yeah, and then shoot in standard profile, and that has higher megapixels than an R6.
Buy in the SL2 or the SL3. I mean, when I was bad at color grading, and you can go back on my Instagram and look at my reels, and like there were some bad color grades there. There's a time where like I literally so I left my R6 somewhere, and I shot it on my SL3, shot in portrait color profile, and the comments were like, "This is my favorite color grade you've ever done," and I was like,
cracked me up.
That's the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
Which is actually really sad, and now we're learning. Now we're getting better, and I hope you've noticed, because the past 2 episodes, color grade's been good.
Immaculate.
I gotta say.
Hopefully this one's good.
This one will be good. Unless
we got a nervous light over here.
We have an interesting lighting setup going on. Honestly, let's throw in a picture for the audience, shall we?
I have one.
Let's do a little behind the scenes. Dude, I'll throw that over the screen
right now.
That
is
a
wild setup.
So basically, we have a bed sheet held up by 2 C-stands. Extremely professional. Nothing wrong there. It's all clamped up and everything with boom arms. And we have 2 Amaran 200Xs. Very professional. Again, nothing wrong there. Then over in the corner here, we have a GVM. And you know what the G in GVM stands for? Green. Because that sucker turns everything green. And you can literally see how green it is.
It's crazy
compared to the white light.
They're both
here.
set at 5,000 Kelvin, and that is just significantly more green.
It's hilarious. And there's a guy, I wish we could shout him out. I wish I knew his YouTube channel so we could shout him out. But he literally made a video comparison of the green VMs versus the Amarans.
Unreal.
It's a night and day difference. It was horrifying.
It's actually unreal.
But anyways, I'll stop yapping so we can move on to our next topic. Okay, you're going to love this one.
Okay.
Generative fill might be the best thing to ever happen for thumbnails and photo
I think
sizing.
it's great. Like, it literally... And even I would say for like other
graphic design, dude,
stretch it, bro.
Like, I'll make a. So we have so many different screens where I work, like super wide ones, 16:9 ones. Like I made a graphic today for one that was 2816 by 1024, and then another that was like 3456 by like 2816, and the whole time I was like, dang, I can just make one graphic and then generative fill in the sides.
Yeah.
So I'll literally just expand it, like, where it's the exact same aspect ratio to where it doesn't like get all warped and stuff, and then I'll just circle the sides and it fills it in with the color or
it's
whatever
good.
that I need, and it's literally the best thing ever.
So good. And like yes, like that's I do the exact same thing because I'm not a graphic designer, and like
Whoa,
the graphic designers are gonna be like, hey, use Illustrator, do vectors, everything's fine. Like,
right.
Dude, you will only catch me in InDesign and Photoshop. You will never catch me in Illustrator.
I'm exporting as PNG, dude.
PNG.
Yeah, like I don't even know what I'm doing.
Like you will quite literally never find me in Illustrator.
Dare I say I'm leagues above a Canva designer? But
I still say so. Canva, and like so many people are pushing for like these like Canva create
CapCut.
We should call it Canva and CapCut creators, bro. Get out. I mean, no. If it works for you, I guess do it. But like, No, I'm gonna say it for the clickbait. Canva and CapCut creators, bro, get off of my social media. I hate your graphic design. It looks cheap. It looks fake. It's not as good as Photoshop and Premiere, and it never will be.
What's funny is you guys all use the exact same elements.
You can tell. If someone made something in Canva or Photoshop, I could tell you. We should do a YouTube video of me just guessing. I bet you it's like
Blind React, Adobe. Oh, that would be good.
yeah.
Everyone, if you're seeing this, submit to us, contact@courtluke.com. Submit to us a Canva design that you made and then an Illustrator design that you made, and we'll see if we can guess. And maybe that can be a segment on like a stream
Literally.
or something.
No, that would be good.
But yeah, I think the bottom line, I want to give you guys a little life update because me and Luke are moving in to our places soon within the month, right? And then we'll both have studios.
19 days for me.
That's insane.
Crazy. Yeah, I'll be married. That's crazy. I'm excited.
It's going to be lit. And then I move into my house. Well, I don't move in. I have access to my house. And Morgan, my fiance, is moving into that house by herself until we get married on June 6th.
Come on.
So then I'm going to have full access to our studio. So you best believe studio tours are coming. Setup tour videos.
Yes, setup is coming, bro. I mean, there's a lot. I mean,
so much Instagram Reel content is coming your way. Like
y'all
editing with us, like all these videos.
Well, once those are set up, I mean, yeah, there's a lot in like the future of this channel, which we're actually literally brainstorming later tonight.
It's gonna be fun.
The future of like this brand and / company, and there's a lot of cool ideas. I don't want to get too far ahead, but shout out Colin and Samir. Low key though, like I feel like I could be Colin and you could be Samir.
Why? Because my hair.
Yep. That's the only reason.
Literally the only reason.
But I feel like also like Samir tends to be like the more like educated, comes into the plan, and Colin seems to like fly with his. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of funny.
Low key.
Yeah, that's fair. I hope they're not watching this.
There's no way. But if you are, like, I'd love to come and just like visit, hang out.
Also, Brian Bailey said he wants to come on the podcast.
That's huge.
It's gonna be awesome.
There's
so many people that we want to have on the podcast that it's just a scheduling.
But it's
crunch.
honestly I hate it like when creators are like, oh my gosh, thank you audience, but like literally is like thanks to like them and like you guys.
My gosh.
Because like,
and just I appreciate so much how much you guys engage with our stuff.
Yes,
like, it makes me so happy,
dude. With the DMs that we get sometimes, we're like, dude, like I just like binge a couple episodes during like a long late night editing / like that makes my day.
The kindest thing I've ever heard. Like, oh, there's so many nice people. There's also so many mean people.
There's a lot of mean people.
But I feel like we've started to go away from that. Also, our audience, you guys are old, bro. We got some old people in the comments, dude. Like, I'd be looking at our analytics. You guys are like 30. I'm like, bro, what?
Dude, Loki, we got a ways to go before 30, but.
No, bro, I'm 21. I got a long way to go.
I'm only 23, but yeah, 7 years doesn't seem that long.
9 years is a long time.
That is crazy, yeah. 9 seems way longer than 7.
Okay, the other one I have is under-promising. So
that's such a good idea.
I need to
you're
do bad
more.
at this.
I need to do it more.
Under-promise, over-deliver. I've been taught that from day one by the Michael Richardson, friend of the podcast. He's been on here twice. If you haven't seen his episodes, go check them out because man is just a bucket of wisdom. Also, he's having a baby girl, so congratulations, Michael.
Come on.
Another photographer to raise up. That baby's going to have the best photos ever.
Definitely not starting with an FX3.
Oh, no. Definitely, she's going to be an X100 VI girl.
Yeah, definitely a future girl.
X106 girl. But under promise, over deliver is the greatest advice anyone's ever given me. I literally will tell a client, like, hey, I am going to deliver your photos in a week. And then I'll deliver them like the next day. They're thrilled every time. And even if I had a wedding that I booked recently and I was like, hey, like I know for a fact based on the timeline that your wedding's in, I can turn your photos around in 3 weeks. Now, I still wrote in the contract 8 weeks.
Yeah.
But so that legally I don't have to turn them in 3 weeks. But you best believe I'm turning those suckers in the same week.
Yeah, and that's like such a good idea, especially, and I feel like for a beginner video.
Yeah.
And I feel like for a beginner I feel like for beginner videographers and photographers, especially me, I was so bad at doing that. And I was like, oh, dude, I can get these to you in like 3 days. And like, could I?
Don't say that.
Yes, probably.
Don't
but
ever say that.
There will always be something that comes up, like an emergency or something else that you would rather do.
Or, like it's been happening to me recently, people don't show up to their filming times. And then they have to reschedule. Yes.
So at that point, like you're still paying me and we're done. But
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I literally had that happen twice.
Yeah,
Someone
that
showed up
sucks.
late, and someone didn't show up at all. And they scheduled their time. My biggest pet peeve in life is if someone, and you do this to me a lot. Well,
What?
back in the day.
Hey,
Now you're a little better at it. When someone picks their own time,
Oh yeah.
and then they're late to that time.
Yeah.
Why did you pick the time? I let you pick the time. You could have picked a later time. You could have picked an easier time. And you're still late to the time. It's not that hard. Like, you had the option to move it to 8 p.m.
No, that's valid.
You chose 7:30.
That is so
Be on
valid.
time to 7:30.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a topic for us.
I've been raging this whole podcast. I'm sorry.
What? This is an interesting one that literally I was like, I don't know how I thought about this. I was thinking about it though. What do you think is the best city for a creative starting out to start in the United States?
Right now,
Because I mean, typically we've had L.A., New York.
Savannah, Georgia.
I was not expecting to hear that.
Yeah. Have you ever been?
No, what's there?
Savannah College of Art and Design is there, so there's a lot of creatives in the area. The Savannah Bananas are there. Very content-heavy team. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
that's valid.
It's beautiful.
If you could get like a photo pass in there, that'd be cool.
It's like an hour from
I didn't
Atlanta,
realize that was
which
there.
is where all the movies are shot, where all the Marvel movies are shot. There's so much technical element companies, like so many rigging companies coming out of Atlanta. So
See, okay, but that's cool for like movies and stuff. But like for like a content creator.
no. You don't know much about Savannah then. Lifestyle content creation
I
in
feel like-
Savannah,
I
Georgia.
feel like lifestyle content creation is like more of a Nashville, Austin thing.
Yeah, that's fair. But those places are so like
Saturated.
there's too many people.
Dude, I don't know, because like this is gonna sound like so like, oh, you live in Texas, so like you're just saying those. But like, I genuinely think like you can make an argument like some of the top 3 would be Dallas, Austin.
Don't you dare say another city in Texas are in those.
No, yeah, I wouldn't really. Definitely not Houston, bro.
No, or San Antonio, bro.
Dude, I heard someone the other day told me, and they were like, if like Texas ever decided to secede, and like we like had to, we would be like, Austin, like, okay, yeah, like we'll take him because we have to, but Houston is like, no, like, it's just its own thing.
Houston's so rough, dude. One time I had a shoot in Houston, and I was like, oh yeah, Houston. It's only like a 3 or 4 hour drive. It was on the south side of Houston.
No. Dude, I've had 2
It was
siblings.
like 6 hours.
Yeah, unreal. I've had 2 siblings live in Houston. Both of their cars have been broken into.
Oh my gosh.
Unreal.
It's like South Africa, dude. It's like Cape Town. You get carjacked out there.
Dude, it's like San Francisco. San Francisco would be sick to live as a creator, though. I will say.
Just think about no, walking up those hills with all that gear.
Okay, I agree, but it'd be beautiful.
It
Like,
would. But
some slept
think
on
about-
cities, Miami, which I know is like kind of content heavy, but like just like there's
That's
so
true.
much going on.
Oh,
I feel like no
that's
one
true.
mentions it.
I do know some guys who live in Orlando who have like a little creative team.
I just feel like you would have to do like Disney and Universal content.
They
I
don't.
can't get behind it.
They don't do any of that.
What do they do?
They're a church. Like they do creative stuff for a church. But I don't know. I just feel like as long as you have your little crew of people, you can do anything
That's
anywhere.
true. That's valid.
Which is why I'm excited to get our studios so we can have more people over. And that way we can just be like, oh yeah, you're not coming to Luke's bedroom anymore. You're coming to
Studio.
a little studio in our house, which
Yeah.
is a lot chiller
Facts,
than
bro.
for rando guests. Okay. When is a wedding photographer too expensive? I had someone ask me this the other day at a dinner, and I was really intrigued because I couldn't give them an answer. And I was like, well, when you're talking luxury,
I think if it's taking up a third of your budget,
too expensive. For sure.
Too
A third is super high. I would even
A
say,
fourth.
no, I'd say like a tenth.
Okay, let's just go. Say the average wedding is 40,000. I don't know if that is. Let's just say it is.
The average wedding is not 40,000.
I think it is in Texas.
No way. Is it really?
I think. Wait, you can talk.
Did
and
you
I'll find
know?
it.
Did you know that the average engagement period is 2 years?
That's crazy.
That yeah, I could not imagine that. Like that would literally drive me up a wall if I was engaged for
Average
2 years.
cost of wedding in Texas is 30,000.
30,000.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's 10%? What's a tenth of?
3,000.
So maybe like an eighth.
Yeah,
We can call it an.
I agree. Yeah, if there was a third, you'd be charging 10. Yeah, 10 grand.
10 grand for a $30,000 wedding.
Respect 10.
That's
no
way too
respectfully, no photographers worth 10 grand.
No, that's
for
not
a
true at all.
wedding.
That's not true at all. That is not true at all.
No.
Really?
If you're like, okay, under what circumstances like would you need a $10,000 wedding photographer if you're
Well,
not famous?
At that point, you're paying for a team.
It's a wedding. We're not making a movie. Oh
Dude,
my.
some people
No,
are.
I'm hot take, guys. That is the stupidest. Like, you should be making like, and this is just my opinion. Obviously, you can disagree if you want to, but if you're like a normal human, you're not like freaking Justin Bieber getting married. Your wedding video should be more vlog
But
style,
here's the thing. Here's the
like
thing.
letting
Here's the
people
thing.
in.
So many people think they're not normal humans,
It's so stupid.
and that's why people start
And like,
podcasts.
I feel like as a
Oh, wait.
creative, I shouldn't even be saying this. Like, I feel like only other people that aren't creative should be like, yeah, no, I don't want that. Like, it's like it's a wedding, but it's not that serious, bro.
It is that serious for so many people.
That's so dumb.
Well,
bro.
think about how
That's
many.
so dumb.
Think about how many freaking loaded people there are, who it's like, oh, like dad wants me to marry this guy.
No,
and he's
I mean,
happy and he's
that's
paid for my wedding.
that's true and like great, but like also like those photographers that are out there that's like, oh, I would charge this person $2,000, but just because this person has more money, I think my services are now magically worth $15,000. Like, yes, there's different
There's a
prices
lot of
for
people
different
who do that.
budgets. I know, but like, I just feel like that's just not ethical or like the right way. Like, I'm not saying you can't change your price.
Think
Obviously,
about
if you're
the
with a
whole
business, bro, get your bag. Like, get your bag. Like, don't hear me saying don't get your bag. But like, dude, like, I don't know. There's got to
industry-
be some kind of honesty among creatives, bro.
Think about the industry as a whole, though. Like, people, I literally saw a TikTok this morning about a guy who was gonna get paid by an investor $1 million to have his son be in the movie for a film.
Yeah, I mean, I totally
happens
believe that.
Literally all the time.
I'm sure it does. And like,
And think about how much gear rentals cost. Think about how much like a gaffer. Not that a gaffer's not important, but some people run up their bill so high, and
no,
it's like.
and
for what?
I do agree. Like, there's a time and place to make. Like, I'm not saying like creatives are most creatives underpriced. So like, don't hear me saying like we're overpricing stuff. But I just
Really, most creatives underpriced. You really think that?
yeah.
I think just you.
No. Hit me in with the comments. Do you think the majority of creatives underprice or overprice their work?
I think overpriced.
Definitely underpriced.
Are you serious?
The amount of work that okay, now I'm gonna like to go back on what I just said and be like, oh, we're not charging enough for weddings, dude. Loki, yeah, actually, like I charged like what?
Okay, but that was a mistake, straight up. The wedding that you recently did,
No, but I still think even if I charged $3,000 for that, Loki, maybe I need more than
bro,
that.
you traveled.
Yeah, I should have charged like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so take me back. There is a time when $10,000 is worth it, especially if you're paying a second. But like,
If you're flying a photographer out,
that's if you're going to Hawaii, dude. Yeah, I'm paying $12 for a
and
foot
if
long.
you have them shooting like bridals, your rehearsal dinner, like family brunch
Okay,
after,
that's
like,
valid. That's
see?
valid. There's exceptions for everything, but exceptions only prove the rule.
exceptions for everything.
But yeah, okay. I would say if a photographer is costing more than a tenth of your budget, no.
I'd say an eighth. I'd say an eighth. We'll call it there. If a photographer costs more than an eighth of your budget, that's the golden rule.
Yeah.
Because if you're spending $80,000 on your wedding, still $10,000's a little high.
Dude, let's just say if you're charging if it's an eighth of your wedding and you're paying $10,000 for a photographer, how much are you spending on your wedding?
$80,000,
Holy frick, bro.
right? Yeah. No, that would be $100,000 if you're paying $10,000.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but did you say an eighth of your wedding or a tenth?
An eighth.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
$80,000.
Yeah, that's math for you.
Bro, I'm so tired. I'm sorry. All my math teachers in the comments just cringing right now. They're like, "Oh, this kid can't do math." The reality is, no, I can't listen. That's the reality. Okay, I don't think we gave the new DJI Mavic enough hype.
I literally don't know anything about it, so you'll have to
Dude,
tell me.
it's literally so nice. They finally really truly okay. And I know everyone in the comments is gonna be like, "Well, what if when you put a cinema rig on a drone?" No, I'm talking about internal recording on a drone.
Okay.
They finally cracked color grading. They finally got it to the point where
The Mavic 2 is what we're talking about?
no, the Mavic 4 Pro, like they finally got it going, man. It's just so nice. And the fact that you can do native vertical video is just so big for so many people.
I will say, like, as an FPV drone pilot, I wish I had a non-FPV drone because it would just be so nice to just
Really?
throw some. I mean, like, I don't get me wrong. I love flying FPV because it brings me joy. But for projects, it would just be so much easier if I didn't have to worry about that.
I can't even lie. One time I had Luke take a picture for something. It turned
not
out
what that's made for.
it turned out you didn't lead me otherwise.
I'm not gonna lie. I never known. I mean, I have taken photos on it before, but like that space there. So basically, we didn't have time to set it in like go take it up and bring it down and like set the actual like manual settings. So we just shot it in auto, and because it was on a stage.
Dare I say the worst photo ever taken?
Because like the lighting. Like the people in front were like so much differently lit than the people in the back. So even if we had manually done it, I think we would try to take multiple and stack them, which on a drone would have been pretty difficult. Because you can't control the settings in the air, you have to bring it down to change it. So
it was probably the worst photo ever seen.
It was horrendous
in that student ministry ever. So I'm sorry about that.
You just throw it away.
No, yeah, we didn't use it.
Yeah, it's
still on my computer. It's that bad that I had to keep it.
Unusable.
Okay, do you know about the Blackmagic Ursa 17K?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's this guy on YouTube named Jake Hayden, who
I do know who that is.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've just definitely heard his name before.
Yeah, he's awesome. Well, I brought him up a couple times on the podcast.
That's probably where I've heard it before.
I love this guy. So basically, he's the only person who's ever been able to open my eyes to how are we doing? Yeah, we have just like 1 minute probably. He's the only person who's ever been. We'll have to come back to this.
Okay.
The Ursa is just too pro.
Okay.
So it's gonna need its own segment. But
we'll take a break.
Anyways, we're gonna take a break. I need a drink.
Well, that internal clock was crazy. I just looked down. We had a minute left.
Yeah, that was hype. All right, see you guys. Recording. Okay, there we go. No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Okay. Anyways, the Ursa 17K. Luke's being foul off camera. Also, you're like not in the shot, basically. So basically, this guy named hello. Get up. This guy named Jake Hayden on YouTube. He is a goat. He's the only reason that
He's not the goat.
Not the goat.
You just said he was the goat.
He's like the goat.
He's like Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, not the GOAT.
LeBron is?
LeBron! Boom, 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 boom. Somebody edit that.
No, I low-key agree.
Somebody edit that.
Well, it's like...
Okay, but here's the thing. He's the only reason I'd ever buy like a Super 35 sensor camera.
LeBron?
No. Oh, sorry. I just banged the mic.
Yeah, Hayden.
Jake Hayden.
Yeah.
Because he does all these reviews about like Blackmagic cameras and like...
Someone almost sold me on a Blackmagic camera.
Dude, the Pixis and the Ursa are insane. Large format, 17K.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty nice.
Dude, what do you mean pretty nice?
But it's also no one needs that.
Dude, nature photographers? Like, if you're like a massive...
Photographers.
Videographers.
I'm talking about 17K. You don't need...
Videographers. Dude, that's just so nice.
So you could punch in so much.
You could punch in so much. You can... LED wall map that and it would be insane quality.
Yeah.
Like think about the Sphere in 17K.
You'd have to shoot way more than 17K to put it on the Sphere, right?
No. The Sphere is probably like 6K.
Really?
Yeah. Because think about it. Like pixel density when you're looking at something that far away. But dude, 17K, you could literally like lick it. Yeah. And it would be the same quality.
Yeah.
That would be so nice.
That's true.
And I saw
the ball in Dallas has got to be like 720p. It's just lights, but like
probably
if you were to do it.
No, it's worse than that. It's like 100p because there's like 100 lights. But just think like, let me show you like the use case, of the thing because they shot this video. I'm getting like those Judge Judy TikToks. Versus 17K. Here it is. This is the use case. So it's like the setup versus the shot. And they had like a 70 to 200 on it. And then like look at that.
It's like Lord of the Rings-esque.
I know. But like I think they're completely punched in.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's awesome.
So that's so sick. Because then you're just... And guess what?
They don't know what it looks like.
Guess what? It shoots raw all the way down to 4K. Which is great.
That's huge.
Because on the R5C, well, granted, you're paying $38,000 for this camera. So, like, instead of $3,800, add another zero on that bad boy. But instead of, like, having RAW at only 8K, and then you have, like, XF AVC and, like whatever other different codecs down in the lower frames and only having log, you're getting freaking... raw all the way down to 4K.
Yeah.
And it's probably oversampled out the wazoo because it's from a 17K sensor.
That's valid.
And downsampled to 4K.
It will give you really pretty images and pretty pictures, but
yeah. Well, it can only do video. It's like a broadcast style camera. It's like a cinema camera.
So yeah, nice.
That's what the Ursas are. But yeah, anyways, I'll stop harping on how good Blackmagic is. But basically, if I had $38,000 right now, I'd probably buy that camera. So, someone asked us for our opinions on the 100 to 300 lens, and I'm gonna look up exactly what they're
what do you mean a 100 to 300 lens?
like a RF 100 to 300. I think is
is
the
it
lens.
f2.8?
Yeah, I think so. Let's look it up. 100 to 300. I'll give you our honest review right now. Yeah, they have the RF 100. Guess how much it is?
How much?
Keep in mind, it's 2.8 all the way through.
6,000.
$10,000.
Oh,
It's 9,499. Okay, bro, this is insane.
well, camera equipment's probably been hit by the tariffs the most. It's all made in Japan.
It's honestly prices.
And
I
China,
haven't
right?
seen a change in prices yet.
Well, yeah, 'cause I don't think Trump's actually done it. But like, if it does hit,
Now gold, bro.
don't even get me started about the gold market, guys. Y'all have ruined my wedding ring buying purchases.
Bro needs to go buy a dollar ring.
Stop investing in safe gold. Get back in the stock market, bro.
Okay, so the Canon RF 100 to 300, it's 2.8 L series internal stabilization. Isn't that so nice?
That's so nice.
Dude, you're not talking into your mic. No one's going to be able to hear you, silly goose. But look at this yacht of a lens. It's actually beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know. I have 70 to 200 and a 300. I'll be fine.
Yeah, that's actually facts. But for $200, but is your 300
2.8.
2.8 and IS?
Not IS, but.
That would be, well, this is kind of a nature photographer's dream.
But like, why would I need IS and a 300 lens? It's gonna be on a monopod anyways.
What do you mean? That's
I'm
so
not
helpful.
handhelding a.
Yeah, but it will be so shaky regardless
Not
of
on
it.
a monopod.
I don't know. My monopod experience has been not the greatest.
Nah, I shoot so still on monopods.
I'm low-key mad shaky, though, as a person. So,
Like sports photographers, I don't know. Do y'all need IS when you're using a monopod? Like I've only done concerts, but I've never needed like IS.
I don't know. Maybe if you're punching in at like 600 millimeters.
Yeah.
Or if you're using a 2x teleconverter.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. I have another thing that's like I'm so angry about. Why on earth are people paying for the verification badge in 2025?
That's like the worst thing you could do.
Genuinely.
Because I honestly
People
don't,
complain about the economy and then pay for the verified badge.
I'm gonna be for real. Like when I see someone who has a verification badge and they're not famous, I instantly, even if they didn't, I think they bought it. I would rather see you have like 20,000 followers and no verification than see 20,000 with verification, because they're not verifying 20,000 accounts. My friend Levi has like, I think over like 150,000 not verified.
Right. As he shouldn't be.
Yeah. I mean, he has an argument if anyone does. Like, he's been doing this for a while.
Exactly. I just remember back in the day, like, wanting to be verified so bad.
I remember that too.
Yeah, and then, like, you'd Google, like, how to get verified badge.
I would request all the time.
Yeah. You'd, like, send your ID in.
Maybe they'll do it.
You're like, oh, maybe they'll verify someone with 600 followers for the first time.
Yeah.
And then now they sell it, and you're like, oh, that's actually the lamest thing.
That's actually the biggest scam. That's literally, like, social media already does, like, play off of, like, people's insecurities.
Yeah.
That's literally, like, to the next extreme.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, and then I have one last thing that I want to show you. I don't think you're ready for this.
Oh, I'm ready.
No, you're not ready. You're genuinely not ready.
Oh, well, I'm ready for Mega Shark 4 coming out next month. Imagine.
Oh, okay. I found this account right before this podcast because Luke gets off of work at what time?
6 p.m.
So, and then you have like an hour drive home.
Yeah, it's for now. 19 more days.
Yeah. And so I lay in my bed while I wait for Luke to get to his house so we can film. I found this account. I want you to guess what it's called.
I don't even know what it's about.
Oh, yeah. Well, then you're not going to be able to guess because it's that outlandish.
Okay.
Guess what it's called? Farts in Public with Jason.
With Jason?
Mm-hmm. Is this
How
guy
many followers?
263.9 thousand. 4.1 million likes.
That's unreal.
Farts in Public with Jason.
He just farts in public?
His bio is farts are funny. He has a YouTube channel. You can subscribe to him, which means you're paying money to watch his TikToks. He has over 40 episodes.
That's unreal. Okay, please play one.
This is Farts in Public with Jason, episode 40. We're going to put this on the podcast.
That's Jason?
No, this is his victim.
Can I just get a small chip, please?
Yeah. Anything else?
He's actually farting.
How can you do that? That's just super rare.
I'm like, this guy doesn't bat an eye.
Are you gonna play this with him?
Wait, yeah, wait for number 12. Wait for number 12.
Just salt, please, mate.
Like, I just stop doing that. He said salt.
back?
Nah, I'm alright, mate.
Thank you.
Can I get a fork, please, mate?
Are they real?
Yes.
Cheers.
Wait, what disease does he have?
I don't think I don't know. I think he just eats a bunch of beans and then
There's
goes
no
in public.
way. Even if I ate only beans, I couldn't do that.
But he does like gaming farts. Like he goes in public and farts like the look, the longest fart you'll hear today. Like I'm not even going to play it cuz I'm going to have
That's
to add all
unreal.
these in
That's
to
unreal.
the video. But go look up farts in public with Jason. It'll make your day. That actually ruined my life today cuz I was just like I thought I was having a funny day.
Yeah.
And then I see that, and I realize nothing I've ever done in my entire life is funnier than farting in public.
That's valid.
That made me sad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What other topics did you have? You said you had so many, and now
I'm not gonna lie, I did.
now
I will
you're-
say, okay. No, we've already talked about smartphones too much. Honestly, the past week has been kind of a slow gear week. Like Lumix, I mean, like the Nikon camera came out 2 weeks ago. The Lumix came out last week. The drone came out last week. There's like, it's kind of a lull, I guess, a little bit in the gear season.
right.
Because Canon dropped stuff a couple of weeks ago before that. I guess that ever makes sense. Everyone did it right before summer.
What does that even mean, though?
Because like,
What's
people are going to go
summer?
travel,
What's summer?
like, beginning of August. Wait, June. Beginning of June?
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But it's only May. Okay, we're getting dumb.
No,
We're
but I
getting-
feel like
my
that's.
brains are
I guess
falling out
that
my
makes
head.
sense. Like, if you were going to drop a camera, you would drop it in May. Because then people are about to get ready. Jason?
Do you hear that? It
That's
literally
like a
sounds like farts coming through the
Yeah.
wall.
But like, that's just a gap. Like, that just overlooks. If you were to go through that wall, you'd fall.
It's probably your dad just farting.
Imagine.
This is getting too intellectual.
Dude, too intellectual.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about this. What do we think? Let's hash it out. What's our future for the channel? Also, you keep bailing on your microphone this
Sorry.
episode.
I'm it's because like it's getting heavy to hold it up. Okay. So,
Getting heavy.
dude, should we just like in the podcast, not in the podcast, but like just do a live brainstorming session of just mapping this out?
I don't want to map it out necessarily in the way that you want to map it out. I just don't have the brain power for that tonight. But here's what I'm thinking. So, we want to diversify our content, but keep it the same in the actual quality that's coming out of it, which is going to be hard to do. And then two,
That is true.
like the engagement of it. And when I say quality, I just mean filming quality.
See, yes, but also like for a lot of stuff I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use my Insta360.
Right. Which won't be the same quality
No.
anywhere close.
No, but like it'll get the job done.
But for my room studio setup, I'm going to be using my Anamorphics.
100, I will too.
And like my, dude, I got a new mic. Oh my gosh. It's so nice.
You want to
It's
see my mic?
Yeah. It's my first ever condenser mic.
I'll never buy another one because everything I need
Is it a
the-
condenser?
Yeah, it's an Origin.
Like 48 volt phantom power?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a beautiful mic. I got it for music production, but I guess I'll use it in my new studio.
Bro, why is it so busted?
I know that's why I got it for so cheap because of that. But
Uh,
it doesn't affect sound quality. It's just like
Right.
a little broken on top.
Wait, do you sing like this
No, the side.
or like this?
Yeah.
Whoa. This is sick. It's so heavy.
Yeah, it's like it looks kind of old. It's not that old.
Did you watch that video that I put on our Instagram story of
No.
the SM58?
Uh-uh.
I'll have to show it to you after. But everyone watching this will have already seen it, so I'm not going to play it on the podcast. This is so sick. Wait, so like what's the sound profile?
I literally haven't used it in so long. The art of audio, that's sick.
You
But-
haven't seen that on your own mic?
When I got this like my freshman year of college.
But you never used
I
it.
haven't used this in probably 4 years.
Why did you get it for music?
because I wanted to record me like singing and stuff. It does record fantastic vocals. Like it's beautiful for like making music.
Do you remember when we tried to record our own vocals and they just sounded so bad?
For singing?
Yeah.
You sang?
No, you did.
Oh, in there.
That was a bad.
Yeah.
That was sounded
Dude.
horrible.
I found one. I'll show you later. But wait, what is it on? Yeah, I'll show you. It's
On
on
your
my.
voice
It's on my
memos?
iMovie, I think.
Oh gosh.
Unreal.
Did you produce it in iMovie?
Well, because what I did was I recorded myself singing the song that I wrote, and then I recorded another version singing the harmonies, and then I put them on top of each other.
Why wouldn't you just do that in GarageBand?
Because I didn't. I guess I just didn't do GarageBand, and so I did it in iMovie and just like put them on, like synced them up. And
Goodness
yeah.
gracious. Dude, I almost forgot. We have a listener question we haven't gotten to.
Oh, pull it up.
What am I doing? Okay. What are the most important things for someone to know if they have no prior camera experience, but they have a summer internship that requires them to take photos on a Nikon camera?
She's cooked.
You're cooked?
You're gonna be shooting on a potato, so you're cooked.
Well, first you have to shoot on a Nikon, so it's game over there.
Honestly, yeah, that's the first thing. But if we're answering honestly, like the first thing is like
Peter McKinnon Camera Basics. Go look it up.
understand the exposure triangle and don't shoot on auto, and your photos will automatically be better than everyone else.
But hear me out. Start on, if you know nothing and you have to shoot on it right that second,
Aperture
and
priority.
aperture priority.
No, shutter priority.
I like aperture priority.
I like
better.
shutter because I just put it at 250 and then move your aperture where you need to.
Huh?
Because think about it. You want
Wait,
keep
no,
your,
no, no. Aperture priority is the one where you change your aperture.
Oh, then yeah, do that.
Yeah. Shutter priority is the one where you change your shutter only, and then the aperture and the ISO do itself.
Okay, aperture priority.
Aperture priority is the best. You
Yeah.
put that sucker down at like 2.8, let the most amount of light in, and then your camera will do the rest.
Oh wait, no.
I'm right.
I want my shutter to be set at 250. What do I have to do that?
Shutter priority.
Then yeah, I want to do shutter.
But then you
priority.
don't touch your aperture. You don't get
Yeah.
to mess with your aperture. So then all your photos will be shot at like f6.3.
I don't know. I just
Don't touch your eyes. You're going to hurt yourself.
sorry, but
You're going to wake up with pink eye.
I'm just like
Could-
no. I
'cause
think
you've been
I
watching
think you're right.
farts
You
with
want to
Jason.
shoot it as low as possible, but at the same time, I don't want people to have to work. Just make sure your shutter doesn't go below.
But it won't, though. You can also set minimum shutter and maximum ISO.
I'm probably not on your Nikon.
You're probably right. On like a D5300
Yeah.
or whatever, you probably can.
But yeah, no, definitely just watch Peter McKinnon Basics.
Would you ever switch to a Nikon?
Never.
What if you were photo only?
I just actually was listening to a channel that switched to all Nikon because they liked the colors, and they're just, to me, the Nikon colors are really muted, and like they're real but like muted, if that makes sense.
To me, the blacks it's too contrasty,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Which, I don't know. I've never really shot on Nikon that much.
I know a wildlife photographer who always shot on Nikon, and then he switched to the Canon R1, and he's like, it's the greatest camera he's ever had. And
Oh, I can imagine.
So
What
nice.
an upgrade.
Yeah.
Does that one have the eye autofocus?
Yeah, it's
oh my
It's
gosh.
you should see the pictures he got of like these like birds mating, like these buffalo, like unreal.
I don't want to know that.
No, but the fact that he was able to get that close,
The
like,
birds mating?
yeah, that's like a crazy shot.
That's disgusting.
Oh,
Like, imagine you walk into someone's bathroom.
that's a shot that wins you the state fair.
Birds mating. Bro, I've won the state fair with 5 photos.
Do you know how rare it would be to get a shot of birds mating?
Yeah, but ew. That's gross.
He got one of like a bear giving birth. Unreal.
I don't want to see that either.
Okay, so you could never be a wildlife photographer, dude.
No, I just want to see like animals being happy.
Have you seen the video of that zebra getting its face ripped off by the lion?
No. What are you watching?
If you haven't seen that on TikTok, I don't even know on TikTok.
I just
saw it
watch
on
car
Instagram
crash
Short-
compilations on Instagram Reels.
or YouTube Shorts, and unreal. You have to watch. We can't put it up because
We
we'll get
can't, yeah.
demonetized. But
Not that we're
I'll
even
show you
monetized
later.
yet.
Yeah, my God.
The other thing is I really am wondering how this lighting will turn out. I can't even cap because I like it's the jankest setup ever, but it looks decent.
I mean, yeah, it is. We were walking in, and it was like literally Jesus was walking through my door. It was so bright.
Yeah, I think we need to answer this person's question a little clearer.
Don't
Don't you
It's
think?
literally just like understand the exposure triangle.
Yeah. So go
And look up your camera settings like a YouTube video.
if you're watching this and you have no idea how to work a camera, 1, why are you watching this podcast? Honestly, I'm impressed you made it this far. And then 2, go and watch Peter McKinnon's Camera Basics videos, and you'll be fine, right? Like, go watch Camera Basics 1, master that. Go watch Camera Basics 2, master that. And then go watch Camera Basics 3. And then, by that time, you'll probably be a professional photographer. Don't you think?
100%. Okay, these are some of my prized possessions. Like,
Right.
these will go on my shelf in the studio.
Oh, dude. Once my R6 breaks, I'm going to put that thing in a shadow box.
100%. This is the T7i. Fun fact that Court and I found in a park one time. And this is my first.
I've actually never looked inside a mirrorless camera, really.
You
So
mean
I'm going to
a
look at this
mirrored
today.
camera? DSLR.
Or, yeah, a mirrored camera. Like, where's the sensor? Am I
It's right
stupid?
there, it's up here.
Why does it look like that?
Because
though?
it gets reflected up.
No, the sensor's in the back, is it not?
Okay, guys.
And that's the viewfinder.
But like things that I wish I'd never bought. If you can see that this is a T7i. I
The
bought a battery
grip-
pack for that thing.
But
bro.
it looks so sick.
No, it did. I literally. But the reason I bought it was so that I would look more professional. At
Wait,
shoots.
but how much was it? It was like,
it's like 120 maybe.
dude, that's so worth it.
Yeah.
Just to have like some extra bulk.
It
on
is that for concerts with when I had my big lenses on it. It was nice.
Bro,
I
I
low-key wish
honestly-
I had one for my R6.
I love this camera.
No, me too.
It's so nice.
And like I will say having the shutter here when you're taking vertical photos is a game changer.
And you bought like an off-brand one, so imagine
Yeah.
how good it would be if you bought like the
The
real
Canon
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does this? Where's the battery?
The back right here.
Oh, you put them in there. Dang, that's sick,
Yeah.
dude. I wish I had a battery grip. They're
The Canon battery grips are so expensive. though.
They're like $400.
Dang, we were dead on.
Jinx. You owe me a Coke.
Well, it was crazy because
Dude, I can't imagine going back to a single card slot, though.
that's valid.
I'd be dual card.
This was so much better video than that, but I still think these photos were so much better than this. And they're probably the same sensor, but I'm telling you, those photos were better.
We should figure it out. Wait, is this an RF? This is an RF lens, dude.
Is it really? But it fits?
Oh, wait.
I don't think it is.
No, it's not. I'm just crazy. I just haven't seen an EF lens cover in so long that I forgot what they look
This
like.
is an off-brand EF lens. I don't even know where I got it.
Dude, I'd be buying them off Amazon so much because
Yeah,
I'd be losing
I
them.
lose them all the time. Dude, so funny story about where I lost. Where's the craziest place you've lost a lens cap?
In my pocket. Bro, what do you mean?
But like lost it, you know? Like you never found it again?
I've never actually lost a lens cap. I think it's not that I ever lose them. It's just that I place them in random bags so many different times. I've never lost any of my
so
caps.
I was shooting on my Leica, which like is an old vintage Leica.
Yeah.
So the lens cap on that is like you lose that, you're cooked.
Yeah.
And I guess I had taken the lens cap in my pocket when I was shooting underwater with a cage, and I put the cap in my swim shorts pocket, and I was shooting in the middle of the ocean.
Did you
and
lose it?
I literally reached in my pocket, it wasn't there. I was like, oh my gosh. I looked over it and it was just floating. And I was
Because
like,
it's plastic.
yes.
Dude,
but like,
I wanna
thank God I found that.
I
would've
want
been
to take
so
your
mad.
Leica underwater so bad. Should we get underwater housings for our R6s?
They're more expensive than an R6.
Really?
They're so
Maybe
expensive.
we should get ones for like our SL3s.
Yeah, those would be cheaper. I mean, they'd still be like $800.
No way.
Yes, I'm telling you, underwater housing is the most expensive. I will look it up right now.
I'm literally.
They are
looking it up.
so expensive. Like, it's because whoever makes it must have a monopoly and they can charge whatever they want. It's actually the most unreal pricing I've ever seen.
I'm looking them up on B&H, which is not at all the best place to look up a cheap one, but they have the realest ones. Underwater housing.
Okay, EOS R6. The cheapest one I can find, $1,250. Unreal.
What?
Yeah. They're more expensive than an R6.
What lens can you put on it?
That one you can put any 8-inch lens. So, but it's made for a 14 to 35 RF f4.
Oh, okay. Wait, here's $100 one.
That's a bag.
Yeah, it's a bag. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Yeah.
dude! For the. Oh my gosh.
When I tell you they're so
Oh
expensive.
my gosh. For the SL3, it's $2,288.
When I tell you, because and it's probably even worse because like it's so old they don't make them anymore, so they can charge whatever they want.
It's so rare.
I'm telling you, dude, if we could figure out how to make them ourselves, we could be rich. So freaking rich, bro.
Bro, that's actually depressing. Wait, but what about the bag? What's wrong with the bag?
Yeah. The SL3 camera kit, $2,500. Oh my goodness.
And you have to use the kit lens for
That's unreal. That is unreal.
actually
Because
so
the quality of images that you're getting off of that are not worth buying that.
No. Because think about the low light capabilities on a crop sensor camera
Yeah.
from freaking 2016.
I will say the same company. This is Icolites that we're looking at. Oh, they're sold out of R6s.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm telling you, that's why they can charge whatever they want.
Bro, they're ripping people off. So what's the deal with the bag ones?
They just can't go as deep.
So
Well, really, you want to be able to go pretty deep.
yeah, because I guess what if you drop your camera?
I mean, not even that, but like all the good fish
Whoa,
on.
whoa, whoa, whoa! $220. Ultimate bundle care kit.
Hold on. There's no, it's the actual housing. It must just be a care kit,
That would suck so bad.
right?
It looks like it's the underwater housing.
Just no lens.
Let's figure this out.
There's no glass dome there.
Cover, leash, body cap, grease.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a maintenance package. That's so lame, and it's still $220.
I'm telling you, it's the most scammed system.
Dude, unfortunately, we're now going down this rabbit hole because I am desperate. The cheapest you can get is 2,000.
eBay, you can get it for like 800. So
Is it used?
yeah, used.
Bro,
Open box.
I'd be so scared.
That it's gonna be like cracked or something.
Yeah. Like what a scam.
I mean, that is the best you're gonna find. 809.
I've also never even been scuba diving, so maybe we should start there.
Oh, it is. That's 100% cracked.
Yeah.
They're not even trying to hide it.
That's foul. You wouldn't even be able
I will
to
say the fact that I got my underwater housing, is it over here somewhere?
included.
It's so nice too.
Let me see it. I want to see this thing.
Where is it?
We're gonna have to wrap up after this, but bro, an old DSLR might be the new fidget toy. Like, get your old DSLR, start fidgeting with that thing, bro. You can pop the flash up. You can do whatever. It's just a good time. An old DSLR with a battery grip. You just flip that sucker around, play around with it. Luke's abandoned me on the podcast. Well, he can't even find his Leica, so there's no point. I'm talking about your underwater housing. But oh well. I think we're gonna start to wind the episode down. It's been a real one. Did you find it? I still got to get those lens diopters.
I just want to shout these things out. These things
Have
are
you been using them?
incredible. No, but I used them once,
I haven't used them.
and like
They're so incredible.
they don't hurt the image quality,
right.
and like they're not that expensive glass. So I'm
How
like,
much was it
less than $20.
for all of those?
Yes,
Send me the link.
and
I think you already did, but I don't know if I have it anymore.
holy, like that's just good glass right there.
I wish I had had these when I went to the aquarium.
that would have been sick.
How does my eye look?
Pretty cool, actually.
Is it big?
Yeah, like they're just incredible.
You look huge.
because you can
dude.
do like macro stuff with it.
Yeah. Okay, do you think macro photography is real photography?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Really? I think it's like the lamest form of art ever.
And with that, we'll end the podcast.